Hi guys, I'm back and I'm here to show you what you can do with the watercolors you made. Here they are. First you need to pour out a little bit into each container or a different container. And what I did is I used this container, and it's from this mochi ice cream. They're little nuggets of ice cream that go in each section. And so instead of throwing it out, I used it for paint. Okay, you can use other things. Use what you have. We have muffin tins, even a pill case, an old pill case. Then we have covers, even though they're probably not waterproof. And then, you know, the thing that just about everybody has are egg crates, but we get our egg crates in cardboard, and so the styrofoam ones would work a lot better. Okay, so that's for containers. You pour your paint out a little bit in each container, and then you need some paper. Okay, the best kind of paper for watercolor, especially when it's really, really wet, like this watercolor, is watercolor paper. But who has that? Okay, nobody has that. So the next best thing, my best substitutes for watercolor paper, cardstock. So this is cardstock. It is not computer paper. Computer paper is really thin and it does not absorb some of the water. So you get this really, really super wavy effect. So we have cardstock, index cards, this is what I'm using today, and poster board. If you have poster board, you can use the non-shiny side, and that works really good. So let's go ahead and talk about brushes. If you don't have paint brushes, no problem. Use your imagination. Q-tips work great. Okay. If you don't have Q-tips, you can make a paintbrush, little pom-pom with a clothespin. Or if you don't have the pom-poms, cotton ball, clothespin, or chip clip, or any kind of paper clip. See if that works. I don't know, use your imagination. Use what you've got. And let's go. There are 4 different projects I'm going to show you today. 2 with crayon and 2 with Sharpie marker. Use what you have. Change things up if you don't have the materials that I have. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do what's called a wash. Okay. Take your paints, dip your paintbrush in, do a little wipe, and start painting. Now these are really watery, super watery. And so when you put the 2 wet watercolors together, they will blend together. That's why we call it a wash. Okay, I'm switching colors, so I rinse my brush. I'm gonna go with this pink color, and I'm gonna just do it right next to it, and look at those colors, they're blending. They're blending. Ooh, they're making purple. Awesome. Move this out of the way so you can see a little bit. And then let me try purple. I'm gonna put some purple down here. This is really messy, so make sure that you have something underneath. I have a board, piece of paper works great. I just don't want it to soak into my unfinished wood here. So when I get done, look at all those colors, they all blended together. Doesn't that look awesome? We're gonna let that dry, and you can use that later for one of my projects. Okay, so that's a watercolor wash. You can actually do 2 of those because I'm gonna be using 2 Sharpie marker or marker type projects after those are dry. So I'm gonna actually put it on top of those. Next, crayons. Crayons are amazing. Project 1 uses a white crayon. Now I have 2 types of crayons here. I have a twistable, and I also have a regular crayon right here, just a regular white crayon, and I am going to write something on my index card. I don't want you to see it. I'm drawing something. There, isn't that beautiful? Of course not. You can't see it. So let's make it up here. Let's see, what color should I do? You know what? I love turquoise. I'm gonna do my turquoise here. Here we go. Woo! go all, oh, look at that. Nice. Isn't that cool? It shows up. Now I'm gonna use some of these Q-tips. I'm gonna put some little dots all over. Oh yeah, love it. You could do your name, you can do a drawing, you can make a secret message that can only be seen if you add the paint over the top. That looks awesome. I love it. Cool. Let's do another project with crayons. This time, let's do regular crayons instead of just white, all different colors. Okay. Using lines and shapes, I'm going to make a design. There's lines, and now I'm adding shapes. The key to using crayons is pressing hard enough so you get a lot of color, lots of really nice dark color on the paper. Let's see, what color would I like to do? I'm going to do a blue. Here we go. It does not stick to the crayon. It should just roll right off. Oh my gosh, that looks so cool. I hope yours are working out as cool as mine. I'd love to see them if you want to share them with me. There we go. Another cool project. Okay, another one that we're going to do this time uses lines and shapes. And we're going to add letters and numbers this time, and I'm going to do it in a circle. So let's start with a dot in the middle, okay? And then I'm going to draw a shape. I'm going to repeat a shape all the way around. About the same size. This is called a radial design. Or you can call it a fancy art term called mandala. A mandala usually has meaning attached to it, like happiness, which I think this is definitely happy. So I'm going to work on this for a little bit. You can watch. Once you've got that done, again, we're going to just wash it right over the top. This time, let's go with green. My green's not quite as dark as my other colors, but you know what? That's okay. I could probably add a marker or two to my watercolor paint. I'm trying to add more paint, and what's happening, because I want it to be darker, but you know what, that looks kind of cool anyways. Okay, so awesome, there it goes. I'm gonna set that off to the side. I just thought of another design to do. Probably everybody's favorite, so I'm adding one kind of on the fly here. It's called the Scribble Design. Yes. And let's do some of my favorite colors, purple and pink. And let's do some orange. Woo! Scribble Design. And paint over it, and it doesn't stick. Love it. Okay, that was my extra bonus project. So here is one we are going to do with Sharpie marker. One of my favorite students, Daisy. I wrote her name out, and I just wrote it with Sharpie marker. And now, and you can actually do this with regular marker. And now I am going to thicken up those letters and make them kind of interesting. So let's do this. I'm just gonna thicken them up. Okay, we are outside and we are going to do a shadow picture. I have my helper with me. I need you to hold it right here so that we get a shadow on our picture. You gotta say, oh, look at that, there's Yoda. So he's gotta hold it real still so it doesn't move. And then I am going to trace it. And I'm all done. Now it's your turn. Go do some art. See you next time.